not only against HIV, but all other diseases. Can you believe that today, not only in Jinja Hospital, but in all hospitals, people are dying of malaria? Can you imagine that? Malaria has been researched on for years, and you can get cured of malaria with 5,000. Coartem costs only 5,000. And then somebody dies of malaria. That is another war which I want you to go and fight, wherever you are. The use of mosquito nets. Our government of His Excellency the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has supplied mosquito nets. When I go to my village, I take a tour around and I ask how many people are sleeping in a mosquito net. And you find that instead of covering themselves with the mosquito net, it is being used as a bed sheet. So I want to thank the organizers of this event, and I want to say thank you very much for this, because these young people, to bring them together is not easy. Head teacher, thank you very much for hosting this event. Finally, I want to thank our chief guest for sparing time. I know he's a very busy person, and for sparing this moment. I know you have taken off a lot from your precious time to come and be with us. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much all of you for listening to me. I want to take this opportunity and great honor to invite our chief guest to come and address us.
Thank you very much, Mr. RCC. Please sit down. Sit down. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. For starters, the RCC Jinja City, Father Headmaster, the UNSA executive, ladies and gentlemen, for me, this is homecoming. Not only are you my children because of age, you are my children in UNSA. Because when UNSA was introduced in 1989, I was in my final year at Makerere University. And I was the first returning officer in electing the first UNSA executive. At that time, my colleagues from the guild, I was chairman of Livingston Hall and the chairman of other chairmen. Actually, the first chairman of the council of chairmen of the university. And my colleagues wanted to be candidates. They wanted to be, that time it was UNSA chairman. But for me, I had already chosen my route. It was the uniform. So I had no business with students' politics after university. And by the way, I have only gone back to Makerere on 2 reasons. 1, to do my master's. 2, to talk like this. I have no other business pretending to be a student when I'm already mature. So, when my colleagues became rowdy, fortunately I had been elected the returning officer, I suspended the Makerere delegation. My own colleagues, I said, Makerere delegation, go and sort yourselves out, or else we shall declare you unfit to contest. They went out, failed to agree, they came back, they all stood as candidates. Only one of them, of course, was elected. I don't know, I think he's even dead now. But student leadership is the foundation of leadership for the country. You learn leadership at this level. And if you are now for you are elected, during our time when I was in primary, we were appointed. Secondary, it was also still, those were UPC days. You would be only elected if you are on UPC side. In my school in Kabalega, if you are not UPC, you could not become a leader. And I was beaten by UPC youth wingers. That, however, did not discourage me. A-level, I was actually the student of UNSA. I was urged by fellow students to become the speaker of UNSA because the prefects were dictatorial. So my resistance started when I was a schoolboy. I'm a resistor by nature. When I see wrong things, I resist. Just like now I'm seeing empty seats, my resistance is rising because I'm talking to empty seats when the students are outside. But number two, I want to salute government, and in particular our president, for the vision he has for this country. You either clap or you leave it. Because I am a witness of the transformation that this country has gone through. Do we have any polio victim among you? Polio. Do we have any polio victim among you students? No. I was a polio victim. Me, at the age of 3. Thanks to God, I was treated and I recovered. In my school days, it was a ration, it was a right to find that every class almost has a polio child or student. A lame one at that. Today, if you find a lame child, you want to arrest the parent. Because the 6 killer diseases which used to kill children were eliminated by NRM government. And since you are students, you need this knowledge. The population explosion we are experiencing today is because of that mass immunization that was introduced. I can tell you between 1959 to 69, the increase of Uganda's population was only by 2 million. 69 to 81, the increase was only 3 million. Now we start changing from 91 to 2000. No, from 81 to 91, the increase was, I said 3. So from 1991 to 2001, the population increased by now 4 million. Then 2001 to 2012, the population had grown by 10 million. Reason? 2. 1, immunization. Second, security. Between 1970 and 1986, Uganda was a net exporter of refugees. Do you understand what I'm talking about? People were running away from their own country. Today, we are a host to almost 2 million refugees from our neighbors. You now can only forge reasons for getting out of the country, not because of security. Let them not want to deceive you. Today, people go on the street, they abuse the president, they use social media, they talk all sort of nonsense, they kill us. I have been killed 3 times by an RCC. They have reported me dead 3 times. Now, the Baganda say, because when you say somebody is dead when he's alive, it means he's going to live long. And I want to tell them it's bad news on your side. I'm still around for another 40 years. But I started from there, that you are what you are today because of the environment government has created for young people. 2, UNSA is a platform to exercise, want to learn and exercise leadership skills. And so, if I see some of you in leadership after school, I'll be very glad. It will mean you have understood what you learned as a youth. 3, the strength of younger people is their physique. The physical strength God has given you is your strength. That's what the Bible says. The strength of old men is their gray hair, meaning they have the wisdom. Are we together? Yes. So at your age, I urge you to exercise your physical endowments in sports, in a debates like now, because in a debating, you are developing your talking skills. And me talking to you, I identify that God's gift that I enjoy is talking. And if talking was to be a source of decoration, I would be having medals all the way, because I have spoken in this country for the last 20 years. I am the first person to be a spokesperson of the military to be returned the second time and the third time. And for us, you don't apply. No, they appoint. Now to be given that confidence 3 times, I only say glory to God. So, my advice is as follows. As young people, determine what you want to be in the future. And for you to be able to determine easily and intelligently what you want to be, do the following. 1, understand what you are. What are you? And if I were here, I would take notes. Because it is not usual for a general to stand before you. Is it? No. So when I come, I have not come to show my ugly size or ugly figure. No, I have come to educate you young people. What are you? Number 2, who are you? Number 3, where do you want to go? Number 4, how do you want to go there? And 5, whom will you go with? And I will explain the 5 W's and the H. What are you? And the answer is, I'm God's favorite creation. You know other things, for Muslims I don't know, but in the Bible we are told, God is saying, let there be water, and it was there. Let there be this, and it was there. When it came to human being, he did not just declare. He folded his sleeves and worked. Are you getting me, young people? He got soil and created. Now, in creating the human being, God was showing showing us the following lessons. A, that the human being is special. We are actually deputies to God on earth. We are his deputy. And that's why he gives us the opportunity to be co-creators. I'm a father, so I'm a co-creator. I'm a grandfather, so even my son has become a co-creator. B, he was teaching us that work is divine. Work is what? Is divine. If you don't work, you are disobeying God. And when I see our brothers on the street arguing about Arsenal, Man U, Chelsea, instead of working, they are singing. After the prayers they are talking about, each time they step in the playfield, they earn money. You who is talking about them, how much are you earning that day? So, on that point, never indulge in anything that will not make you better. Never spend your time without gaining. Are you following me? Yes. I drove from Kampala to here because the gain is I'm contributing to building a better Uganda of tomorrow. Otherwise, I would have remained in my office and work on papers or read my books. Because among my hobbies, I enjoy reading. The other hobby, I enjoy debating. And those of you who have had a chance of watching me on TV, nobody defeats me in a debate. No one. No one. And do you know why? Besides the skill God gave me, I hunger for knowledge. I read widely. If you come to my office, you find I'm flanked by books, different subjects. I can have biology textbook with me so that I understand the human nature better. So, if you have determined what you are, then who are you? You are the master of creation. You are who? The master of creation. And that's why God said, I go and multiply and subdue the world. So when people sit and then they say, Chaka government at Yambe, hell is waiting for you. Because the instructions were very clear. Will somebody wake up those who are sleeping? I get ulcers when I see people sleeping. Because it just shows me their biological circumstances. So, once you determine who you are, the master of God's creation, then where do you want to go? If you want to go here, Mbiko, that's up to you. If you want to go to Kampala, it's your choice. Because that will determine how you want to go. Are you going to walk? Are you going to jump on a border? Or you are going to drive or get on a vehicle? So the distance you want to cover in your life will determine the mode of transport. I'm not using the physical transport, rather the efforts you put in making yourself a better human being. Because you can choose to simply grow up. You simply grow up, or you grow with a purpose. There are human beings who are zombies. They are walking on the face of the earth. That is daytime. Night comes, they walk back home. The following day, the same. ask him or her, by the way, what have you done today? 0. Now, physics tells us work equals what? Force times distance, not so? Now, this fellow has had force and distance, but no work done. And I want to show you that you live with them. For instance, it's break time. You have a chance to go to the canteen. No, canteen is everybody's center to go. You want to go to the canteen. Your name is Felix, like me. Then you meet Peter. Peter accompany me, and Peter moves with you. As you're walking back, you meet Paul. Paul says, Peter, please accompany me. Peter turns again. That's what I call them? That's a zombie. In other words, you have no direction, you have no purpose. And those are the ones you normally see burning the tires that they are demonstrating. Because let me ask you, when you burn a tire, does it express what you want? Answer me. So why do you burn our tarmac? But tomorrow when there's a pothole, you are praying about potholes. Why didn't they prepare? Fools just. When I was a student, I never believed in strikes. Do you know why? Violence dehumanizes the human being. God gave us brains. Cows don't have brains. But they can tell they are home. They leave in the morning, they return in the evening. But human beings have brains to reason. Then you have mouths to talk to each other. So as a student leader, I always believed in negotiation with administration. Always. And I came to learn that once you indulge in a strike, you will never control its progress. You can never control how far the strike will go. You can only start it. And I learned from my brother. He planned a strike in school. And for him, he was very clever. He only planned, he didn't participate. Now, the strike was against the school mismanagement. What did they end up doing? They ended up attacking a neighboring TTC. Broke the glass windows. But the intention of the strike was to express dissatisfaction with the way things were being done. So I realized, when you start a strike, you are no longer in charge. And let me tell you, my young people, I hate not being in charge of what I'm doing. When I was going to join the army, it was my decision. I only informed my father. When I informed my brothers and sisters, no, don't go, you are going to die. 2 of those who were opposing me are already dead. I'm alive. My sisters cried themselves dry. They cried over the other ones who were instead saying don't go. So I took a decision because a soldier beat me at the age of 14. And when he beat me, I promised God and myself I will liberate that uniform. Now I'm putting it on. And the fool who beat me is nowhere to be seen. Of course, you can guess what happened. For me to get the uniform, one of us had to leave. Not leave of L-I, but L-E-A-V-E. He had to leave with the earth. In other words, when I'm against you, just surrender.